Okay, so this week on Raw, we got to find out that SummerSlam is going to be 4 hours long because it's too big for 3 hours. All right. Stephanie and Triple H book a bunch of first ever matches. So Dean Ambrose, Big Show. Big Show wins, but you know what? Dean Ambrose looked like an absolute tough SOB, and it worked well. Actually, a pretty decent match. Los Matadores took on the Lucha Dragons in a match where the Primetime Players did commentary. New Day came down because they're heels to distract and therefore give the Lucha Dragons the opportunity to get the win. Not a bad match. Kind of stuttery, kind of slowy, but overall not a bad match. Orton took on Owens in a match that should have been fantastic, but you had Sheamus doing commentary. So you kind of knew that there's going to be a Sheamus run-in, which kind of hurt the match. Really good match work. I think that Owens and Orton could do a pretty good feud. So afterwards, of course, we had Sheamus attacking, then Cesaro came in and ate a pop-up powerbomb from Owens. You know, Cesaro-Owens would be a good feud to have at SummerSlam. And it's 4 hours long, so you have time for it now. The women, they got a couple of promo segments. And a solid one-on-one match, and a pretty decent tag match. Sasha Banks took on Paige in a fantastic match. Great back and forth. They both looked really solid. Sasha wins by bank statement. So far, no NXT woman has been beaten or pinned. That's good. We're 2 weeks into this. They're having 1 to 2 matches like every time, and it's coming off well. They're doing a great job. The crowd is into it. You know, when they go to commercial, they're going to commercial in Divas matches. Actually, these are now women's wrestling matches. If I say Divas, it's just because that's what Vince is programming to say. The tag match. Alicia Fox and Nikki versus Becky and Charlotte. So you automatically knew that Alicia Fox was going to eat the pin. She was going to get defeated. So she takes the disarmer from Becky Lynch. Overall, seeing Charlotte in the ring with Nikki felt good. To be honest, once Nikki tagged in, I harshly tuned out of the match because I knew that wasn't going to be the end. They weren't going to have, there's a chance that they might have Nikki beat one of them, but probably not at this point in time. Of course, SmackDown, Becky Lynch will take on Nikki. This will be the first time either Nikki can eat a pin or an NXT woman will eat a pin or will be defeated. So that should be a really solid match because Becky is a phenomenal wrestler. The NXT women have really, really invigorated that division tremendously. Another first of its kind match. Neville took on Fandango. Because first of its kind matches don't have to necessarily be really great ones. That then had a really good Stardust promo. I like how Stardust is throwing in bits and pieces of Dusty iconic promos into his bits. I like it, it works well. Again, he asked him to be his hero. And I know they're pushing for a Stephen Amell, Green Arrow, to show up and do some at SummerSlam. Stephen Amell was supposed to be at WizCon in Chicago Saturday and Sunday. He's not only there Saturday. So they might do a bit with him versus Stardust, which would be interesting. It'll be interesting. Yeah, I'm glad that Cody decided to keep the Stardust persona. He liked it. He saw a photo of his dad, I think it was Joe Frazier, and it was something that his dad really wanted to do. He didn't get a chance to, and he was like, you know what? I'm going to see this through for my dad. Brilliant, awesome. You do it, Cody. Embrace the strange. Make it work, man. Make it work. Wyatt's cut a really good promo. So, in my mind, great Raw. You had 2 solid women's matches. And Bray Wyatt cut an awesome promo where he had Luke Harper talk as well. Talked about, how he had an old pet. That the pet had a little bit of wanderlust in his eyes. Let it go. Came back until it was changed. Had some scarring. but he embraced it because it had seen the true evils that exist in the world. And that lost pet was Harper, and I'm like 3 years being pseudo-directionless. And in fact, his music hits, people still take out cell phones. He still gets a pop. Pushed horribly, still gets a pop. Speaking of pushed horribly, still gets a pop. Summer Rae and Rusev. Summer Rae is actually becoming decent. In Lana, who would have known? Rusev, great job. I'd probably say right now he's probably one of the better heels. Of course, he showers Summer Rae with gifts, and he's like, "Oh, we have this dog. It's knows that it pees on itself. We'll call it Dog Ziggler." And I'm like, "And he puns. He puns. He wrestles a great Haas style. He's actually pretty good on the mic for English not being his primary language. He was able to take Summer Rae and make her be entertaining. Of course, Lana comes down and attacks Summer Rae. They are, of course, feeding up to either a mixed tag match or Summer Rae Lana at SummerSlam. I don't know how Lana's going to wrestle, but Summer Rae, if given time, wrestled a lot with the NXT women. She was actually part of the BFFs, the Beautiful Fierce Females. Pretty much the same acronym we have for BAD, but it was Sasha Banks, Charlotte, and Summer Rae. And they worked pretty well. So Summer Rae actually can put on a good match if given the opportunity and the proper opponent. So who knows? Now we get to our main event. I'm trying to think if I skipped anything. I don't feel like I have. Okay, main event. Seth Rollins is in a U.S. Championship match against I Really Don't Care. Nice match, technically proficient. It looks like John Cena got his nose exploded when he took a knee to the face. I used to be good looking, then I took a knee to the face. Technically proficient match, but I watched wrestling with a buddy of mine and he was like, "Dude, he's like, it's Cena and I don't care." And then he left. Nice match, great back and forth, but you knew John Cena was not losing his belt to Seth Rollins. He was not losing the match. He was not. It was a predetermined conclusion as to what that match was. It was at the Divas Tag match. You knew Nikki wasn't going to eat a pin. She's stupid protected. Great match, tremendous back and forth. And it's like, oh, Seth Rollins missed a move, STF. Tap out. Big match John. That's why he's the greatest wrestler of all time. If he takes on Seth Rollins, he can become a 16-time champion. Big match John. Look at the tenacity of John. John is the greatest John to ever. John to John. It's like, JBL, you're the heel announcer. Why are you all over John Cena? Michael Cole, you're the face announcer. Why are you all over John Cena? Byron Saxton, you're the guy taking Booker T's spot for a while. Why is everyone just all over John Cena? It's tiring. It's dull. Much like if ever I see Nikki get a mic near her face, I skip it. Same thing with John. If I see Nikki get tagged into a match, I'm more apt to go to something else. Those two are slowly killing my love for the WWE. Predominantly because I know they're not going to. If they do lose, they will lose a battle, but they will not lose a war.